How's it going, guys? This is God Cannon back once again with a little video, and today we're going to be going over some more tips for Preta Vendetta Rising on the PSVR. As you can see, my guy looks a little bit different, and I also have a new pet, and the reason for that is basically recently been playing a bunch with the Preta community. Shout out to Ghost, Lilin, Civil Lemur, and of course my fellow Gamecats Nansa, 12, Jay, and a bunch of other guys that I just met recently as well. You guys are awesome. And basically we've just been raiding and partying up and chatting, shooting the shit, and just discussing different tips and tricks to get through this game, because if you don't know them, it can be quite brutal. First of all, I want to discuss the different advice I would give for building your gear for your player. Obviously, I'm the warrior class, so I'm mostly familiar with that one, but thanks to these other guys that I've mentioned, they've been able to share a little bit of information about the other classes and what their strengths and weaknesses are and what you want to gear towards. So for my guy, basically what I like to go for is anything related to attack. Now, all the gear in general is pretty important, but my guy, he's pretty strong defense-wise. He really struggles when it comes to causing lots of damage. So you want to go ahead and go for the weapon, of course, but the important part to add to that is just because you have a nice weapon doesn't mean you're just going to go in and ruin everything. It's also really important that you build on the accuracy, and that you build on the critical chance and the critical damage. With these four things, it really helps to cause a lot more damage and just kind of hold your own more. And like I said, it's still important to get the defense and the HP, but that being his strongest suit, you know, you can invest a lot more into the weapons and the support items. The other thing is, so like I said, I play as the warrior. That's what I'm mostly familiar with. When it comes to the mage, it seems like the most popular one is to go for defense, because they already do a bunch of damage. So we want to go for defense with the mage, and they've also mentioned stuff about building different spells for them, which I guess are very helpful, and just different attacks causing damage, making them stronger. And then the assassin is the tricky one for me, because it's kind of like the middle. Basically what I've heard is it has good accuracy, good critical, so you want to kind of go towards, of course, the weapon and the defense and the HP. That's basically it in terms of what we need for the gear. Obviously you can kind of go your own way that you want to make, but that's just what I would advise, building on their weaknesses so that, you know, it makes up for it, because their strengths are already good for the most part. So what we have here, the other two things I want to discuss were getting the alternative costumes and the pet, and grinding for those through the raid. So after you beat the raid, you're going to get raid points. And what you want to do after that is come to the merchant and come here to the raid gear shop. And the raid points are right up there. I've got 876 currently. And after you build out your character, you want to buy this stuff and equip it to your character first. Use that to raid some more, get stronger. And then I guess it's pretty important to note, first of all, I'm on chapter 2, so all these items are rank 2. And then when you buy this gear, they're going to have special attributes with them. Epic typically have 2, legendary have 3. These special attributes from the gear that you buy from the raid shop are only going to be good for raids. Once you go and try to do questing, those special attributes are not going to apply. If you want gear that applies for both raids and questing, then you have to craft it. So you would have to grind through the different quests that you have, find the different recipes for the items, get all the items, and then craft it. And then you would be able to. But the best way to just get through it the first time is to just come through the raid, get the raid points, buy this gear, equip it, use that to go back and do your grinding through the quests, and then do your crafting, and that for the best gear you can. So anyways, once you have all of your gear equipped and you just want to go for either the pet or the alternative costumes, you will come back, you will build up your raid points, come back here, buy this epic gear, and then you can, after you get it, you buy it, you go back to your inventory where you equip everything.
We have new goods.
Just gonna run over there real quick. So you come here, and as long as you don't have it equipped, it'll give you an option right here to sell. Now, if you don't see that option, the most likely reason for that is you have these alternate tabs. See, there's like what my guy used to look like. He looks a little different now. And you use these tabs, and you come to the gear here and make sure you just click on it and unequip it. And once you unequip it, you will be able to sell pretty much every single item you have, and anything epic and above will sell for dark diamonds, anything below will sell for gold. So for instance, right here, here's my rank 2 epic weapon. If I was able to buy another one from the raid shop, bring it here, I could sell it for right down here. It'll tell you how much it costs, 6,000. So if I sold it, I get 6,000 diamonds. The pet costs 100 companion tickets, and 50 companion tickets cost 5,000 dark diamonds. So you would do your grinding, get about, get enough to get 2 epic items from the gear shop. You buy them here, go to your inventory, sell them, and then you can come back here to the pets and costumes and buy 2 of these tickets that give you 50, and they're for 5,000. So you'll still have 2,000 left over, which is good. After you buy these companion tickets, you'll have an option to, when you're right here, press triangle. I can't do it right now because I don't have any, but if you press triangle, you'll have a mailbox that you can open up and get the tickets, and then there'll be this little goblin guy that'll come around, follow you, and then you'll come here and go over, and these are the different ones that you can buy. I went for this one because honestly it's just adorable and I love it, and it's really cool, and it gives you healing and some damage reduction. So I really wanted to build on my attack. The main one I'm going to go for, I guess, is going to be this one, but that costs 300 tickets. That's going to take a minute. The other one I was interested in getting was this one, which I know Nansa just got. Congratulations, buddy. But this one, the cool thing about it is that it gives you a little bit of a health increase by 150, which really doesn't do anything. And then it freezes different enemies. So that's the reason I was interested in this one. I'm going to just eventually grind and go for the dragon to get the more damage. But again, these things are really more just cosmetic. They don't actually help or make a huge difference. They're not going to save the day for you. They just kind of give you a little boost. I'm treating this guy kind of like a health regen, because I regen health really slow, and this 150 health every 5 seconds kind of just gives me an extra boost for my health regen. So the same thing basically applies for the alternative costumes, and it just like actually even more so than the pets, these alternative costumes don't do anything. They just look cool. Whatever one you want. This was actually the first one I was going to go for, but somebody else had it, and I think part of the fun in getting these is being unique, so I ended up going for the one that I currently have that you saw, and I absolutely love it. Again, it doesn't make any difference to your stats or anything. It just looks different, but it's pretty awesome. So I'm also going to show off real quick a quick preview of better look at my character, what the raid looks like. I'm just going to run through one real quick. So there's my guy, there's the boss I'm going to be taking on in the back. Now when you have, and it's got your raid points up on the top, It's got your combat points down here, your threat level. The boss typically will go after the guy with the highest threat level. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this is pretty much just one of 2 of the raid levels. There's only 2 backgrounds that you fight on. I like this one more, but the other one's good too. Now when you have a full group, this raid will go a lot faster. It makes it a lot easier. If you have some really strong, overpowered guys, you can pretty much be at any level. But you really want to start around like maybe the 500, 600 range if you're playing with other people. For us, when we have all of our best of the best together, it takes pretty much 12-15 seconds to get through this. For me, by myself, doing it the old-fashioned way, it takes about 3 minutes. Still worth it because it's still a lot of fun. You still get your raid points. But if you can get a group, which you will see people around all the time, definitely party up with them and get some help, and you guys can run through this a lot faster. Didn't pull that off too well, but that's okay. Usually, if I would have hit all that the right way, he would have been dead by now. Alright, so that's pretty much the raid for this boss anyways. Because I'm the raid leader, because I'm soloing right now, you get 1 extra point, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you do a whole lot of these, you know, that adds up. As you see there, I got 36 points. The first time you beat them, you get about, I think, 180. And then after that, you just get 35 on average. But if you're, like I said, the raid leader, you'll get 36. And yeah, so that's about it. I appreciate you guys tuning in real quick. I hope this video was helpful and can save you a lot of time trying to grind. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them as soon as I can. And because there is a lot to this game, there's probably some stuff I still missed in this quick video. It's just so much to cover, and you know, I don't write any of this down, so it's pretty much just going off the top of my head. But again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Bye.